Hey, so there seems to be a lot of confusion surrounding China's crewed lunar exploration plans, which is somewhat warranted, and as an avid follower of China space, I thought I might try to clear it up. Okay, basic overview is that by around 2030, China will attempt a crewed lunar landing using a dual launch architecture where a lander launches on the Super Heavy Lift Launch Vehicle 921, followed up by another 921 launch carrying the crew capsule. They meet up in low lunar orbit, crew go to the surface with the lander, then go back to the capsule, go back to Earth orbit and Earth surface. Basically, this slide has all the information you need to know about the China's crewed lunar explorations at a glance. So take this and leave if that's all you need. 921 overview. This is the Super Heavy Lift Launch Vehicle that which China is developing to launch crew and some cargo to the moon. It's a 3-stage vehicle. First 2 stages and boosters are Kerolox. Up stages Hydrolox. It's capable of 70 tons to LEO in the 2-stage configuration and 27 tons to TLI with the Hydrolox surge stage. Basically, imagine the Falcon Heavy ICPS proposal for the commercial EM1 back from 2019. Engine overview. The first stage uses the 7 YF100Ks, which is an oxygen-rich staged combustion Kerolox engine. It's an upgraded version of the regular YF100 that's already flying on the Long March 5 to 8. The main focus of the upgrades being the reduction in size of the attachment points to enable more engines to be stacked in a certain diameter. This enabled 3 additional engines to be stacked onto a 5-meter diameter tank for a total of 7. And there have also been improvements to thrust-to-weight ratio, efficiency, throttle, and pressurization. The YF100M is a vacuum optimization of the YF100K, pretty simple, and the YF75D is an expander cycle Hydrolox engine used on the upper stage of the Long March 5. Its development was officially announced back in 2018. In regards to development progress, all the engines are in pretty good stead. The YF100K was conducting full duration, full thrust hot fires back in 2019, and it's basically finished development. It's going to be used on the launch of the reusable Long March 8, which has a net launch of next year, so it's good. And the YF75D is already being used for launches. Back in 2019, they had built various structural test articles for the tankings of 921, and I've assumed they've made progress since then, although they haven't announced anything, as far as I'm aware. In general, 921 is using a lot of improved heritage hardware, so development risk is fairly low, and because of the 5-meter diameter tanking and fuel choice, 921 will be most likely launching from Wenchang. Currently, they're targeting 2025 for the first launch of the full stack. Then we have the next generation crew capsule. Similar to the crew exploration vehicle Orion from the Constellation program, it has a deep space variant for lunar exploration and a LEO variant for sending crew to their space station. The LEO version launches on a 2-stage version of the 921 and will replace the Chenzhou capsule plus ZZ2F for crew transportation. It can carry 6 astronauts to LEO. This 2-stage variant of 921 could get to the launch pad quite a bit sooner than the Super Heavy Lift Launch Vehicle version, so we might see first launch in 2024 or even earlier. In regards to the capsule, they conducted an Orion EFT-1 mission equivalent last year, and development seems to be cruising along. Recent slides show plans to conduct a crewed lunar flyby in 2025. That's only 2 years behind Artemis 2, so that's actually getting pretty close to catching up to US space exploration. In regards to the lander, this is definitely the least far in development, still in the trade as to its design. This version is generally used in slides about the architecture. You can see that it uses the 7.5 kilonewton hypergolic landing engine, which is also used on the Chang'e robotic landers. The lander will have a transfer stage to take it from low lunar orbit down most of the way to the surface. Honestly though, at this stage of the game, I wouldn't be surprised if they designed to change the fuel from Methalox, or from the hypergolic fuel mixture to a Methalox or Hydrolox fuel set. Just feels like that. So you might be like, well, are they gonna be able to develop one in 9 years? Well, you know, there is definitely a lot of uncertainty, but China has landed 3 times on the moon, more than anyone else in the past 7 years. And them developing a crewed lander in 9 years is a pretty reasonable timeline. Some missed notes to finish up. Where does the Long March 9 fit in with this? Ignoring the fact that that recent design change was pretty rad. The Long March 9 will be used for large-scale cargo missions with a single launch cargo lander. So basically the International Lunar Research Station construction missions. On the ILRS, where does the ILRS fit in with this? It will be used to support crews in the 2036 plus time period with a dedicated surface habitat, enabling long duration surface stays. They might also do some shorter duration missions before that, just to help with construction of the ILRS. Okay, video over, keeping this one short and sweet. Also, a big milestone, 10 subscribers.